Hey, welcome back. This is my road story. Today's episode is going to be an interesting thing, and we had visitors all the way from the United States of America down to Africa, Nigeria, to Osun State. And wow, the experience was fantastic. I must tell you, if you are not in this trip, you miss a lot. I'm telling you, it's something I would love to do next year. So our journey actually started from, I don't want to start the story from the airport. I don't want to, so when you know exactly the experience foreigners have in the airport, it's something else. So I will go straight into the business of the day. We are in the ghetto Osun Council of Art and Culture, and the story in that place was wow. A lot of things to wear. But I have my reservation. I have my complaint about that particular place. That place has a lot of potential, but it's not maximized. Osun State government, it needs to do something about that place. I'm telling you the truth. That's not the standard. Next year, I want to see a lot of improvement in Osun Council of Arts and Culture Center. So then we move to Iragbiji. That is something else. It's massive. Then to Ororuwo, the king there is something else. We ate young, we did that, and also gave names. We did actually name ceremony for all our guests.
Látòní lọ, orúkọ rẹ̀ ó máa jẹ́ Monísọ́lá.
Monísọ́lá.
From Ajibola, from Badejo, from that, you get it. You see all that. You see that. Don't miss out. Then to Ife Palace, and you need to hear those stories about Ife Palace. Though we won't tell you everything, so that you'll be able to come back or come to those places and revisit. So let's quickly rush down into it. Let's start the journey so that I won't tell you everything. Then you see what you are. This is very interesting tour to watch.
On Friday at the Osun roof. They're always there to entertain. Right now, because I just got the message not quite long, we are able to package one or two things to make sure that you have a very nice day. But generally, as I did say, anybody who has visited Nigeria without the recourse to Osun State hasn't gone anywhere. Am I right? Yes. Our food is cultural. Yes. Our mode of dress is cultural. Yes. We are very hospitable. We are very tolerant. they are very accommodating. And when you talk about the states in the Federation that enjoys a relative peace, this is Osun State. You hardly find issue of kidnapping, you hardly find issue of banditry, because we see ourselves as brothers and sisters.
There's an able environment for you to do whatever you want. That's a legal one. We don't allow illegal things. No. So we don't harbor criminal, we don't harbor crime. This is the only and the most peaceful state in Nigeria today. We are crime-free people. This is the state that you can even establish, you can bring your money and establish your investment here in Osun State. There's no part in Osun State that does not have the cultural heritage, which is viable for tourism activities. And we have so many. And the door is open for the investment. Whoever that are interested, you can join the state. Thank you so much.
This is the visual aspect of art. That is what you can see and feel. What we have on stand are basically carvings and some other crafts. You know, Yoruba is widely recognized as an ethnic group that is most prolific in carving. In the whole of Africa, it's number one. But we've had a lot of icons who had actually taken Osun to the global map of art. And now we have most of the works, most of Yoruba artwork, quite unlike the Western art. You will see that most of the time their heads are blown out of proportion. And the reason being that the head is the seat of power, is the seat of wisdom. So when you talk of Yoruba art, they hardly go through the normal process of proportion, where you have 7 heads in a human figure. But it could be 1/3 of the entire figure. It's just to portray the importance of head. That is why you see that it's not as if they don't know proportion. They know it quite well, but the belief that the head of a person is where his luck lies. That is why you have most of these things like this. And importantly, what we do here is to portray our culture. This is Babalawo. You understand? Babalawo, you know, if you know about Ifa definition very well, you discover that the whole wisdom of the world starts from Ifa. It's deep, very, very deep. That's where you have creativity, that's where you have intelligence, that's where you have wisdom, that's where you have a lot of things embedded in that Ifa corpus. Osogbo is synonymous with fish. So the title of the traditional ruler of Osogbo is called Ataoja. Atowogbeja, that is using your hand to collect fish. So that is the history of Osogbo. Then you now see that this is a 2-dimensional painting. It's not purely a painting like that. These are textile materials cut into bits. You can feel it. You see, it's not paint at all. These are clothes. These are clothes that were actually designed to form this. This is the main workshop of the visual art department, where we do a lot of things. We carve here, we do textile, we do sculpture. So some of these things are what we do here. These are chests we have done. These are old traditional. Those ones you saw in the gallery are also produced by us. So.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Millsap. I'm from Chicago, Illinois in the USA, but my roots trace back here to Nigeria. And I'm just so thankful to all of you for being so welcoming to me and the rest of us that are here. I feel at one with you all, and I'm feeling overwhelmed with joy right now. So I thank you. I'm appreciative, and I'm blessed to have this moment in time in my life with you. Thank you.
My name is Janelle, and I'm from USA also, Chicago also, and I am thankful to be here also. I appreciate everyone and the welcoming and all the good vibes and the dancing, because I love to dance, and this is emotional. I'm sorry. Because I've been wanting to be here for so long, and I'm here, so I'm emotional about it, and I thank you.
Hello, I'm Dynas, the Befe Adewale Emir. I brought a group of my friends with me to Nigeria to expose them to the beauty and rich culture of Nigeria, specifically here in Yoruba land in the Southwest. So we're all happy to be here. This is my yearly pilgrimage to the Osun Festival, Osogbo Festival, and I've made it a point to make sure I bring people with me every time I come. So we love you, we love Nigeria, and again, thank you.
I'm Fabian from the state of California, United States of America, and I'm just very thankful to be here in Nigeria, in Osun State, in Osogbo. We absolutely love Osogbo. We love Nigeria. We love the energy. We are thankful for all of the performers. We see how strong they are, how strong the drum is. We can't wait to come back again, and we're just thankful for the hospitality, for the education that has been given, and for the opportunity to reconnect with a culture that was taken from us so long ago. We love you, and we know you love us.
Our visitors danced, they felt at home, and then they were highly welcome. I'm telling you, when you go to Osun State, their own hospitality is something else. The spirit connects easily. You like to come back. I'm telling you, the experience there is something else. So we had pictures, we had dance, everybody, even if we are being in Osun, but the thing just connects, the there is there, there is there. So yeah, that's that. Then after that, the next day we moved down to Iragbiji, a mountain.
We're about to climb the mountain now. That is Iragbiji, mountains that forms the very large and wonderful part of their eulogy, their oriki in this ancient city, Iragbiji. We are right in Iragbiji now, in southwestern part of Nigeria. A bit sleepy? So watch your steps. Watch your steps. Mind your steps.
Where we going?
You have to move to anywhere. This is the center part of Iragbiji, or Iragbiji mountain. That's Iragbiji. This is the middle of the mountain. If you look around now, you see no building, no human being, nothing, but it's just been surrounded by mountains and hills. We have mountains, we have hills, but this is a very special one. This is a special mountain that the people of this ancient city believe, even if you come to this mountain in a particular period of year, all prayers offered before God would definitely be granted. That whatever prayer you pray here, most especially when they are celebrating Iragbiji festival, They so much believe in this mountain that we have, that all the prayers shall definitely be answered.
Ororuwo Palace is fantastic, and the king there is a wonderful man, and he actually gave them an experience they will never forget, from naming ceremony to the eating of inyo and bushmeat with their egusi. If you see the way they are doing their hands, like the one you are doing your hand like, but they actually, one of them doesn't even want to eat. It's pepperish. It's pepper. That's the thing. The pepper gani. That's the African thing. The spice. That's what makes the thing look, make it Africa, you know. Teach them how to nail down culture, you know.
Oluwafemi, the God that is God loves me. That is God loves me. Oluwafemi. Ekuleo. Ogabo.
Coyote. Akuleo.
Hello, I'm Alexandria.
Rani. Olukami, Russia.
You're welcome. Your name? Marilyn.
Yes.
My name is Jody.
My name is Janelle. Dimilade. Oruko Mini. Dynast Buffet. Adewale Amir.
Ìbà gbogbo tí mo bá wí lónìí kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
It's praying for you. You saw just be saying amen. Amen means Ashe.
Ashe.
Àṣẹ láti lórí pẹ̀lú agbára àwọn baba ńlá wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àti àwọn aláṣekù pátápátá, orúkọ rẹ̀ tó máa jẹ́ látòní lọ òun náà ni Olúwabùnmi. Kí ni mo pè? Olúwabùnmi. God give me. Do you like that name?
Yes, I like
Do you like that name?
Olabumi.
Omilabumi. Látòní lọ ayé rẹ̀ ó máa tòrò bí omi àfòwúrọ̀ fún ọ. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ọ. Wàá ṣoríire o. Á dáa fún ẹ o. Yeah. This is honey.
Honey, okay.
Honey.
Yes.
Ìgbésí ayé rẹ̀ ẹ máa sọ fún léèbó.
This is honey that is the life.
Will be yóò máa dùn bí oyin.
Will always sweeter than honey.
Yóò máa yẹ ọ.
Taste.
Then put an kó fọwọ́ sílẹ̀ kan sí kó fi ra iwájú rẹ̀.
Hand there and place on your forehead.
Kí lorúkọ rẹ o?
What's your name? Oluwabumi.
Oluwabumi.
Again?
Oluwabumi.
Again. Use it to rub here.
Oluwabumi.
Olúwabùnmi. So lorúkọ tó máa jẹ́ látòní lọ nù o.
What's your name from now?
Iyọ̀ ni o.
That's salt.
Iyọ̀ kì í pẹ́ nílé kó dòbu.
It can never get salt, no matter how long it stays at home.
Ayé rẹ̀ ó máa dùn bí iyọ̀ ni o.
Your life will always sweet.
Yóò dáa fún ọ. Yóò dùn fún ọ. Ọ̀rí bá ti ṣe o. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà gẹ̀.
You have a taste.
Ó ti yẹ ọ. Látòní lọ orúkọ rẹ̀ ó máa jẹ́ Adéjọkẹ́. Orúkọ rẹ̀ á máa jẹ́ Mojírádé. Your name is Damilola. The one that dances with crown, Gbadejo. Orúkọ rẹ̀ ó máa jẹ́ Monísọ́lá. Yóò máa jẹ́ Ajíbọ́lá Àdìsá. Àdìsá.
Yeah, this is another day where we are going to Ife. We are actually doing a tour around the palace, the Ooni of Ife Palace, and we are able to get introduced to how the courts, how judgments or cases have been settled those days in the kingdom, and also the cemetery for the kings, the well, the story of how the Oduduwa came to being and all that. It's fantastic story, and man, we all enjoy it.
Okay. I think about see ààfin bàbá wa Onírìṣà.
Welcome to the palace of the Onírìṣà.
Nínú ààfin yìí a ní ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ mẹ́rin bẹ̀.
In this palace we have four solid courts.
Ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ àkọ́kọ́ náà ń pè ní MSA court ní wọ́n kọ́ yìí.
The first one is MSA court. You can see.
Ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kejì.
The first one is MSA court. Can you see it now? Can you see what is being written there? It's MSA court.
Ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kejì là ń pè ní High Chief court. Ibẹ̀ ni àgbààgbà mẹ́rìnlélógún wà.
The second court is the High Chief court. We have it down there.
Àwọn High Chief yẹn jẹ́ mẹ́rìnlélógún.
That's where we have the 16 High Chiefs.
Mẹ́jọ máa ń jókòó sí apá ọ̀tún bàbá, mẹ́jọ lápá àlàáfíà wọn.
And 8 will sit on the right side, while the other 8 sit on the left side.
Ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kẹta ni ọ̀dọ̀ kábíyèsí fún wọn lára wọn gan.
And the third court here in this land is before the king.
Ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kẹta ń pè ní ilé àṣẹ, Temple of Wisdom.
And the fourth one is the Temple of Wisdom.
Tí wọ́n bá gbé ẹjọ́ wá síbí báyìí méjì ní nǹkan kan tí wọ́n ń fà mọ́ra wọn lọ́wọ́.
Maybe there is crisis or maybe two people are fighting.
Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n bọ́ bàtà ẹsẹ̀ wọn, wọ́n tó jọ́ níbi tí ẹ ti dọ̀bálẹ̀ kí bàbá yẹn.
They will have to come here and explain their sides.
Wọ́n lè kí wọ́n bọ́ bàtà wọn.
But before anything, they off their shoes first.
Tí wọ́n bá tójọ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
So by the time you complain for your
Kò sí bí
side,
ẹ̀yàn ṣe lè súnmọ́ bí tó bá jẹ̀bi ẹ̀bi náà máa dá.
if you are the best person, the best friend of the team leader, if you are at fault, you will not be vindicated.
Nítorí tí ènìyàn bá parọ́ ń bí wọn á sọ fún pé irọ́ ló ń pa.
But because if you tell lies here, they will definitely know you are telling lies.
Ibi báyìí wọn kì í gba owó àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, wọn kì í gbàbọ̀dé ń bí èèwọ̀.
Yeah, as you've seen them there, they don't take bribes, they don't take tips, they don't do things like that.
Nítorí tí wọ́n ti bọ́ bàtà tí wọ́n ti fẹsẹ̀ kan náà ń bí wọ́n ti fẹsẹ̀ tẹ nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń wò ńlẹ̀ yìí tá ń pè ní òrìgì ọlọ́fin yìí.
Because by the time you off your shoes you step the ground it means you are before this òrìgì ọlọ́fin.
nítorí ẹ̀ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ parọ́ níbi tí ẹ ń wò yìí.
That's why you must not tell lie whatsoever here.
Tí wọ́n bá wá dá ẹjọ́ yẹn bí tí ò bá tán Ọlọ́run wọ́n á gbẹ́jọ́ yẹn sí ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kejì tó jẹ́ chief court.
If they give the judgment here, if you're not so well, if it doesn't go down well with you, you can proceed to the high chiefs. You know, in the secular world, if there is judgment in high court, if you're not okay with it, you have the right. Okay, you have the right to go to the higher courts.
Tí ẹjọ́ yẹn bá jẹ́ ẹjọ́ tó ní agbára tí wọ́n rí pàdọ́dọ̀ bàbá olóyè ń bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ bàbá wa ń bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n á gbé sọ́dọ̀ kábíyèsí.
If the case is too so heavy and so clumsy that they cannot settle it at the high court there, definitely they have to go to the king. You know, kings don't suggest. They don't suggest, they give order.
Ibi tí bàbá dá ẹjọ́ yẹn sí náà ni ìdájọ́ yẹn kù sí.
Whatever the judgment is being given by the king of this land, that will be the end. You can never appeal again.
Tàbá rí èèyàn tí ìdájọ́ òtẹ́lọ́run nínú àwọn méjì tí wọ́n ń fa nǹkan máa lọ́wọ́ yẹn tàbí pé wọ́n lè lọ ṣe ìjàmbá síra wọn lẹ́gbàá tó bá ní kí wọ́n máa lọ báyọ̀ lọ para wọn ọkàn ṣe nǹkan tí ò dá síra wọn wọn á ká gbé wọn sí ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kẹrin.
Even if they now observe that you are not still happy with the judgment, you still go to the greater appeal, the court of appeal, which is the fourth court here.
Ilé ìgbẹ́jọ́ kẹrin tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe bẹ̀ ni wípé wọ́n máa lọ búra ń bẹ̀ fúnra wọn.
That's the temple of wisdom where you kí láti máa pe ìbúra báyìí. Where you swear. Thank you.
Tí wọ́n bá ti wá búra ń bẹ̀ tán, tẹ́nìkejì búra tẹ́nìkejì búra wọ́n ní ká máa lọ lé wọn láti àlàáfíà.
And the two parties will swear there. After swearing there, you are free to go.
Kí là ń pè ní onírìṣà?
What's the meaning of onírìṣà?
Ẹni tó ń rí òrìṣà.
The person that sees the gods.
Òun ló máa ń pèsè nǹkan tí gbogbo àwọn tó rìn ní nǹkan tí wọ́n fi ń bọ wọ́n.
Is the one that provides for the sacrifices for the 200.
Ó dẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ wọn kálukú tó máa ń sọdún ojúbọ kọ̀ọ̀kan.
And they have particular days for sacrifice for each deity.
Ìlànà fi máa ń sọ pé ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan kì í fi sọdún lè fẹ̀ ń bí.
That's why in the whole universe you may have been hearing it or you are hearing it for the first time that is just in one day out of 365 days of a year that will not have festival here in this land. And that day is known to only Ooni of Ife.
Ká tó tẹ̀síwájú.
So before we proceed now, do you have any question? Any question? Let's move on. The British colonists.
Ó ní wọ́n fi wo àpèrè Ọọ̀ni pé àpèrè tí ó ní agbára ni.
The British colonists, because of this crown, they decided to say, this is a great seat.
Ìgbà tí wọ́n gbogbo àpèrè káàkiri àgbáláyé.
After going through the four walls of the whole universe and checking all the stools and the crowns,
wọ́n wá rí pé àpèrè Ọọ̀ni ìtẹ́ Ọọ̀ni ó yàtọ̀ pátápátá.
They observed the stool of the king of this land is the most superior one.
Kì í ṣe ìtẹ́ àfọwọ́dá ìtẹ́ tí Elédùmarè mọ̀ sí ni.
That is not a throne or a stool that is being made by any human but by God himself.
Ìdí tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fún ìtẹ́ Ọọ̀ni àpèrè Ọọ̀ni ní àgbà àkọ́kọ́ nílẹ̀ adúláwọ̀, the first king in Africa, tọ́wọ́ gba imperial majesty.
That was why we have here in this land the first king in the entire Africa, imperial majesty. That's why we have him here.
Adéwò ní wo 50 kg.
This crown you're seeing here, it weighs 50 kg.
Ó dẹ̀ máa ń jáde ní ẹ̀kan lọ́dún.
And it comes out just once in a year.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa bọ́ kó tó jáde.
And you have to pay some sacrifices.
Ní tí wọ́n bá ti wá bọ adé ìtàn.
So after offering the sacrifices,
wọ́n á máa lọ fún ní adìyẹ.
You now give it a chicken. Look at one.
Gbogbo ara kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní adìyẹ.
No chicken. Look at one, not broilers.
Adẹ̀ oye kan tí adìyẹ máa ń ní.
And you know the number of the toes.
Tí a bá wo ìka adìyẹ dáadáa.
If you check the toes of the chickens,
adìyẹ láti ní ìka mẹ́rin.
They have four toes.
Ṣùgbọ́n adìyẹ tí máa fún adé yìí.
But the one you give into this crown.
Ó láti ní ìka márùn-ún.
Must have 5 toes.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ nípa adìyẹ yìí.
And it will not be killed.
Wọ́n ní sun tádé gan wà.
They will not move near the crown.
Wọ́n fi máa ń na adìyẹ yẹn sí lọ́ọ̀kan ni.
They will just stretch it to the crown.
Adé ló máa gba adìyẹ fúnra ẹ̀.
The crown will receive the chicken.
Tó bá ti gbà á.
After receiving it.
Ẹja adìyẹ yẹn á gbé adìyẹ yẹn láti kú.
That chicken must be drained immediately.
Ìgbà ni ètùn ẹni ó tó gbà ní ọdún yẹn.
That's when we can say the sacrifice.
Ìgbà ni bàbá wa tó ní ọ̀fẹ́ láti dé adé jáde lọ́dún yẹn.
That's when the king will be opportune to wear the crown.
Tí adé bá ti dé orí bàbá.
As soon as the crown enters upon
gbogbo ọ̀kànléníwó orúmọ rẹ̀ ta sọ pé wà nílẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire.
all the 201 deities there.
Nítorí pé ibi jẹ́ orírun.
Because this happens to be the source.
Pé ibi jẹ́ orísun ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
This is the source of Yoruba.
Ibi ni Elédùmarè rọ̀ wọ́n sí.
This is the source us of Yoruba,
kí o kálukú tó tún wẹ́ pé wá jáde káàkiri.
before we have to depart to different
Ní àkókò tí a bá ń
destinations.
ṣe ọdún ọlọ́jọ́ festival yìí,
So whenever we are having a larger
ní adé yìí
festival,
máa ń jáde.
that's when we have the crown
Ṣùgbọ́n tí
out.
adé yìí bá ti jáde,
So as soon as it's out,
tó bá ti dé orí bàbá,
immediately the king wears it.
gbogbo àwọn ọ̀kànlélẹ́wọ̀n orúmọlẹ̀ yìí,
All the 201
wọ́n
deities
láti rọ̀ wá sílẹ̀ fẹ̀.
would definitely
Ní àkókò
appear
yẹn,
during that
Eléyìí tó máa gbé
period,
àwọn ènìyàn wọ̀.
which will
Eléyìí tó
enter
máa
into
dìkan tó
some
wù ú.
people, some will turn into
Èrò
some
máa ń pọ̀
things.
bí ọdún káàkiri àgbáyé ti máa ń wá.
We'll have people troop in
Àtolórílẹ̀-èdè
air.
àtàwọn gómìnà ń pinlẹ̀ káàkiri.
Even the president of the
Ó
nations
kálukú máa ń
will
wá
come
láti
for
wá
the
gbàdúrà torí
celebration,
adé bàbá máa dé jáde.
to come to offer prayers because of this
Ẹgbẹ́ tó máa jáde pẹ̀lú
particular
adé yìí.
crown. Because when the kings will be
Ẹ̀ẹ́dí
the king will be
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀sìnkọ́jì
coming
tó máa
out
lọ ẹ
with
lóríṣiríṣi.
the crown, you see security
Ṣùgbọ́n bí
guards.
Jíjọ́ ti máa ń pọ̀ tó ń bí ọdún yìí,
As the heavy as the security
wọn à ní ọ̀fẹ́
guard,
láti súnmọ́ bàbá.
they are not opportune to
Tó bá bọ̀
move
ní ṣe é
closer
sún
to
kàn
him
mọ́.
because you cannot move near
Bàbá
him
ti máa
then.
change.
He must have changed.
Àwọn ẹmẹsẹ̀ tẹ́ ń wò yìí,
Even the chiefs,
àwọn nìkan ni wọ́n ní ọ̀fẹ́
they are the only ones that are
láti súnmọ́ bàbá,
opportune to move closer to
láti
him,
fọwọ́ mú wọn.
to touch
Tó bàbá
him,
gò nílé rìn.
to hold him because
Níbi
he
bí
will
wọ́n ṣe rìn
not
dáadáa máa
be
tó
able
wọ́n ti
to
gbé ẹrù
move
àgbáyé wọ̀.
because he's having on him a very heavy
Gbogbo àgbáyé ló
load.
máa gbàdúrà.
The whole universe will have
Wọ́n máa
to
náwó sí
pray.
adé yìí.
They will point at the
Kọ́kọ́ máa sọ nǹkan
crown
tó ń fẹ́.
and you tell them your
Bí wọ́n ṣe
adversary.
náwó sí adé yìí,
As you're pointing at the
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni adé yìí
crown,
máa ẹ́ fìpà lórí wọn.
and the crown will become heavier.
Gbogbo ẹni tó náwó sí adé yìí,
Everyone pointing
tó
at
bá
the
ti gbàgbọ́
crown.
gbàdúrà yẹn,
If you pray with great
ọwọ́ tí
faith,
wọ́n ń nà yẹn,
that end that you're pointing
tí wọ́n bá
at
fi ọwọ́ yẹn
prayer,
kan ẹnu wọn,
if you touch it
ó
with
láti
your
fún wọn ní
mouth,
àmì lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ń bẹ̀.
you will definitely have a sign.
Tí wọ́n bá ti gbé adé lọ sí bí wọ́n ń pè ní òkè Mògún,
By the time the king tells it to the
ẹgbẹ́ bàbá kan ti
Ogun,
àwọn tí ojú ti máa padà.
you see the man, even his face must
Nítorí
have
pé
been
adé yẹn máa heavy padà.
transformed. Because the crown
Ó máa
will be
gain weight yẹn
heavier.
padà.
It will be regaining the weight again.
Tí wọ́n bá ti wá
More
padà.
and more. But when the king
Pẹ̀lú àwọn
returns,
ẹmẹsẹ̀ tó máa rọgbà yín wọn ká.
with all the eye chiefs that you're seeing that will hold
Àwọn
him,
ẹmẹsẹ̀ tó máa gbà yín wọn ká yìí,
they are the one that will surround him.
àwọn kan fúnra wọn ti máa paradà.
They must have changed too.
Ẹ ti pé wọn gẹ ojú wọn ní ṣe é wò.
You cannot, you dare
Tí
not
adé
feel
ìbá
that
ti
face.
wọlé,
So after seeing the crown,
ó tún di ọdún mi kí adé tó jáde padà.
so it comes out next year.
Adé yẹn kì í rìn ìtàlẹ́ méjì lọ́dún.
The crown can never come out
Kì
twice.
í ṣe adé tí bàbá gan máa sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ pagidé, màá fẹ́ gbé jáde, pé àwọn kan fẹ́ travel, àwọn fẹ́ gbé jáde.
Even the king cannot even dare it. You
Ìyẹn
cannot
ni adé
dare
kan tó
going
wà
it
káàkiri
twice.
àgbáláyé tó jẹ́ adé ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé.
That's the only traditional and ancient
Ìyẹn ni adé
crown
tí odò adé
throughout
rọ̀.
the whole universe. That was the crown on Oduduwa when he was descending.
Adé tí gbogbo àgbáyé tí gbogbo bá ti yà lọ káàkiri nìyẹn.
That's where that was where we all scattered throughout
Ìdí tí
the
a fi ń pe
universe.
ìtẹ́ Ọ̀ọ̀ni ní olórí aládé gbogbo nìyẹn.
That's why we regard Oni. Oni is regarded as the king of the kings
Kò
on
wá
the
sí ọba kan
earth.
káàkiri
And no king here
tó ju Ọ̀ọ̀ni lọ.
that is greater than Oni.
On our journey, after we left Ife, on our journey, we saw where this crown of Oni, when they are actually doing this festival of Olojo festival, this place, this particular crown that the Oni normally put on, where that crown normally reside. So that very place, how it moves from that place to the palace after the ceremony, it's something else. I'm thinking maybe I should believe that story or I should not believe it, but if that thing is true, if it's true, there is power, there is power disappearing. It's not visual effect this time around, it's real disappearing. So the tour guide actually told us the story and show us points at the place to us. We didn't get there because we are actually heading to another destination at that time.
This is Okeora, the month of Ora. So this Okeora, there is a particular hole in there. The other side, there is a way, there is a step that takes you there. There's a step that takes you there. So through that steps, the Ooni of Ife will go there. And now another thing particular that is peculiar about this mountain is that the crown that is living there, when the king comes, the crown that weighs like 50 kg, the crown is living there. So by the time the king comes, he pays homage and offers some sacrifices. After the sacrifices, they will offer the crown to him. And the crown, the king dare not wear it himself. No. Because if he tries wearing it himself, he will see the inside. And any kings that see the inside, that will be the end of that king. That's the day the king will pass on. He will definitely join his ancestors on that day. No, that's why it's the works of the MSS and the high chiefs. They help the king to wear the cap from the back. All right? Since it's heavy, if he tries to do it himself, he may likely or mistakenly looks into the ground. And if he makes that mistake, that will be his end.
When we get to this particular place, before we get there, it's the person that actually described the place to us didn't describe where we actually thought is close by at Ile-Ife. This festival for agbalumo, this particular fruit. What's the English of agbalumo? I don't know. Okay, this English is this English of agbalumo, and then they actually there is a festival for it, and this big tree of this fruit is actually sacrificed to yearly in this particular village. You see beautiful ladies with sacrifice to the tree. It's always the beginning of the year for the season to harvest this fruit. So they sacrifice to it, they appeal to God in this particular festival, and then it's done, and people enjoy themselves. The dancing, the masquerade also came out to entertain us and the people around there and their king as well. We had a nice journey, you know. Cool. Enjoy it.
We are here in the city of Ile-Ife, one of the towns under Ile-Ife.
Okay.
And we are here to celebrate the Agbalumo Festival.
Okay.
A festival that focuses on peace, harmony, and fruitfulness. It is believed that this particular Agbalumo is endowed with some...
There's a tree, Agbalumo tree.
The Agbalumo tree that brought this different type of people from different walks of life down to the town of Ile-Ife is because of this tree in question. A lot about this tree, the mystery behind this tree, and it is need for us to celebrate these special features worthy of tourism attraction. That's what happened. That's why we are all here. The purpose of coming around is we are changing the face of art and culture and tradition of the African origin for tourism consumption. We are of the opinion that our art culture, if properly analyzed, if properly marketed, it can become a consumable services and products for global consumption. And we can see right now that different kinds of people from different kinds of the world all come down here, from the south of America, from the north of America, down to the south of the Arabian. We can see different people, tourism chances, the cultural professionals who are of the opinion that this kind of culture that talk about people is history, is tradition, is culture, so that is worthy. So when you use the word village for our beautiful town, it's a perfect reflection of our society, the core values of our system. You can see the architectural configuration of this town. We are still in the mud era, and I'll bet it with you, this is the beauty of our life here.
I can testify to that.
It's
Thank
a pleasure.
you very much.
Once again, Oyeni Yeso.
Oyeni. Then the big festival of the day, the Osogbo festival. We actually got there late. The plan was, we actually didn't know it's going to start that early. The Aruba has gone to the river before we got there. So it was so difficult for us to get to the festival arena, the riverside, because you need to see this crowd. The crowd is something else. If you have been going to any festival in Africa, I must tell you, Osogbo Festival is badass. It's something else. The crowd is something else. You know, I don't want to compare with another festival, but this crowd is awesome. So getting there, we have to get the security guards to actually lead us to the place, you know, because of the people that we actually taking down there. And then we find a way to get to the sitting place beside the king side, but it wasn't difficult. It was seriously challenging getting seats. We have to sit back at the back. So, but experience, we had this key because the number of crowd there, because of the magnitude of the crowd we had there, phone went away. Boys came around, you know, stealing phones. So if you are going to Osun Festival, be careful. The last year, my experience last year, my cameraman, we missed each other because his phone was stolen. It was after the festival that we now found ourselves. You can imagine. So please be guarded, be very careful about, you have to compact and hold yourself together, put your things together when you're going to Osun Festival. It's always crowded. And then our guests also had fun. They prayed their peace, the girls, the Osun Festival, they had prayers and all that. So, that guy, that's Dynast, that Dynast guy is something else, Adewale. So, he's a very interesting guy, and we had a wonderful time. So, Osun Festival, nice. You need to be there.
I'm Rakin Khalik, and I'm here at the Osun Festival in Nigeria, and it's a very humbling experience seeing people filled with the Spirit and seeing people do prayers and baptize themselves in the river. I saw beautiful people. I saw the most exquisite fashion. I see some of the most happiest faces. It's just an overall great experience. I'm so glad I came, and I'll probably return again to experience this. I didn't really expect this many people, but I see a lot of people turned out, so this is definitely a huge event, and I will definitely show up again, and I will tell other folks to come to enjoy this, because this is an experience of a lifetime. We have festivals back in the States, but not on this magnitude. So.
The first Osun Festival I went to was in 2018, and after that I said I'm going to start bringing people to the Osun Festival so they can experience the Osun Festival. You know, Osun Festival is a great festival. It's beautiful. You get all the culture. So every year I bring people to the Osun Festival, and we had an excellent time. I've been coming since 2018, and I would say this. I think this Osun Festival was bigger. There were more people there. It was a little more crowded than usual. But outside of that, I mean, it's pretty much the same as far as the culture. I go to the Osun River. I make my prayers, and that's the important part. Just making sure that, well, number one, everybody has a good time who I bring with me, but then also making sure that I make my prayers. So yes. So yeah, but this one was definitely busier. This Osun Festival.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Janelle.
And I'm Rochelle. And we're both from Chicago.
Chicago.
So we come all the way across here and
To Nigeria.
yes, to meet each other.
With
And-
Dinah Samir.
Yes. And we've had such a wonderful time.
Wonderful time.
Thus far. And the festival was wonderful. It was a lot of people.
More than we thought that it would be.
Yes. But it
was
still
very
was
exciting.
definitely so. She finishing my words. But seriously, we had such a wonderful time. I thank you so much for being so receptive of us and accepting us and letting us experience our culture and getting back to our roots.
It was cultural, it was spiritual.
Definitely spiritual.
It was kind of on a religious side. I could see the American religion and the Osun religion as far as the spirit touching people and things like that. I didn't understand the Europeans there, but I'm questioning that, but with the garb, but maybe they got accepted to a village or something before I did. But that's
right. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna expand back over here.
I guess we're accepted here now, and we enjoyed our experience, and we're thankful to be here and be able to experience this, because a lot of African Americans at home may never come here.
Yes.
Because either they're afraid or they don't have the money or the small, they say here, to be able to come. So we're thankful that we were able to come here and enjoy our time with you guys.
United us, so we're definitely gonna be keeping in touch and coming back.
Each other, and we didn't even know each other in our own
definitely
country.
didn't exactly.
We met in this
a whole nother country on a whole nother continent, and we're definitely gonna come back to visit again. So thank you for having us.
Thank you.
When it comes to different African nations, I think I've been to about 10. And out of the 10 that I've been to, I'm starting to pick up the different cultural language and spiritual aspects of the different peoples. Because in our mind in the West, we think that all people of African descent look the same, dress the same, eat the same foods, and have the same culture. But it's truly different. From Senegal to the Gambia to Sierra Leone to Liberia to Tanzania, everybody has their own unique culture. And when I go to different places, I take a little bit of the culture with me back to the States so people can experience different African cultures who may not have the money to come to these trips, because coming to Africa is kind of costly, but once you come here, the experience is rich.
I'm indeed very glad to have them, especially to be in my palace. Though we may look at them as foreigners, but truth, blood relations, they are really Africans. And most of them, their origins are from Yoruba nation. Because many of our forefathers have fled away as a result of being captive of slave trade or for religious propagations. When the Christianity was being introduced to the Africans, or even to Ororuwo land here, many of our forefathers follow suit, and some of them follow those white men to yet unknown destination. Some of them could not come back again. So we believe that coming home of these people is tracing their genealogy. So by virtue of traits we see in them, we believe that they are part of us. and I'm indeed very glad to have them. They are very traditional in nature, and that is why they came for Osogbo Festival that usually held in Osun and Osogbo every year. And in the two religions, or the three religions, both Islam, Christians, and traditional African religion, we have the principle of giving honor to our visitor. And this is exactly what I did. And they were here. I showed them hospitality. I gave them red carpet welcome, and they were very, very honored to the extent that I introduced the Yoruba name to them, and they are bearing that name as it should be. So this is now giving an impetus that very many of them will still come back, and they will trace back their origin. And we are very glad to welcome back to the Africa, the Yoruba nation, and to Osun State in particular, and Ororuwo as their ancestral home. So I have the joy to send them, and I'm very glad. Kudos to the government who give them the permission to be in this country. Kudos to the Osun State government for their support to Osogbo Festival. And kudos to my humble self, who thought that, and our feelings of welcoming the visitor to my land. So Ororuwo is a very peaceful home, and Ororuwo is one of the towns that is an ancient town that have the very wonderful history. And because there's no anywhere in Yoruba land that could not trace its origin back to Ile-Ife. So Ororuwo is great-grandson of Oduduwa, because I said that because Ororuwo migrated from Ile-Ife, and Ile-Ife is a direct descendant of Oduduwa. So therefore, Ororuwo is a grandson of Oduduwa, and that is why Ororuwo is known with a very unique crown that's different to others. So may Olodumare continue to spare our lifetime to witness many more years. I thank them, and I thank everybody participating in this very colorful occasion. Colorful in the sense that the occasion that I have in my palace, the welcome parade I do for them, to me is more or less a colorful occasion. So those two people that participated, the queens, the chiefs, the traditional drummers, the dancers, and my chiefs that Ororuwo in council, as we are all together to welcome them. May God continue to bless each and every one of us, and I wish them journey mercy back to their fairest destination. So by the time they land in their country, I'll be able to hear good news about them. And all of you, the cameramen, the audio officials, and some other drivers who conveyed them from Osogbo to this place and conveyed them back, may God continue to be with each and every one of you. Thanks, and God bless.
It's a wonderful day, wonderful journey. The tour is awesome. And then, you know, the interesting thing about this is that it's an unforgettable experience. Next year is going to be another stuff. So I will really invite you to come around to enjoy. If you want to come around, just send us a message, and then we'll get a reserve for you, and then do necessary arrangement for you. So please subscribe to our channel and click the notification button. Next year is going to be another wonderful time. Thank you, Opeshino. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Adewale. That's Dynast. And then we really appreciate the opportunity being part of this journey. Thank you very much. And everyone that got a name in Africa, thank you also. So see you next time. See you in the next video. Just scroll down and enjoy our videos. You will not regret being there. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.